Hey everyone, I'm here with my take on episode 4 of Canada's Worst Driver. So in this episode, we had the Trough Challenge, the Distracted Driving Challenge. They showed us talking to Shamala, and they also had the Swerve and Avoid Challenge. So the first part was the trough, and I definitely got the point of the trough, even though I did not pass it, which is know where your wheels are and that your back wheels don't necessarily follow your front wheels. They don't follow it exactly. You have to turn sharp turns a little bit wide to make sure that you don't hit the curb with your back tires. So I think I tried about 5 times, and each time I almost got it. It was so frustrating. Almost got it. It was like 3 turns, and it was the last turn that would get me each time. But I got the point of the lesson, so I was learning. I won't be driving in troughs anytime soon, so I'm kind of okay with that. Then they had the distracted driving challenge, which I did not have to do because distracted driving isn't my issue. Crystal, Diana, and Mike did it. Diana, I think, definitely got the point. Diana's an amazing driver when she's not doing other things in the car. She actually drives really well. But I really appreciate that Andrew had said to her, because I know there's a point in the episode where Diana is upset and saying that, you know, people want her to conform, and Andrew's like, no, we don't want you to conform, except just in driving, not to be doing other things, to not be distracted. And I totally agree with that. Diana's an amazing, awesome person, and very spiritual, and I love all the same things that Diana loves, but just not when you're driving. So I think, you know, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the episode, Diana does graduate, which she totally deserved, because she's amazing. Like, when she's not reading a book while she's driving, she drives perfectly great. So I was very happy to see graduate, and she definitely deserved it, and she's an amazing person. Then they had the Swerve and Avoid Challenge, which is where you are driving at 70 kilometers an hour. There's a foam wall ahead of you, and then it's like some kind of target pops out, and you have to pick the other lane and go. Well, the first time I went, I said, don't look at the target. So what did I do? Your brain hears target, you look at the target. It happens in like seconds. It's so fast when you're in the car. I looked at the target and I drove right at it. And as soon as it happened, I knew what I did. And so I went back to the beginning, and I was like, okay, Andrew said to me, what are you going to do? And I'm like, well, I'm going to look at the open space. I'm going to look at the open space. So I said to myself, look at the open space, look at the open space. And I went and I saw the target move out of my peripheral vision, and I turned and I got in the right lane, and I was so happy to pass. It definitely was a confidence booster, because up until that point I hadn't passed a challenge, and I was feeling pretty discouraged and down on myself. And when that happened, I was like, oh my God, I can do this. Maybe I'm starting to get this. Maybe this is something I could actually do. And I was really happy and excited about it, and I'm so glad I did it, especially because that's the one that I think could save your life. You know, trough, not going to drive in a trough anytime soon, but you never know when something's going to pop out at you, and you're going to have to avoid it, and you're not going to have time to stop. You're going to have to pick another lane and go. So I'm really glad that I was able to do that. I was very proud of myself. So watching the other people doing the Swerve and the Void was interesting, because we don't get to see each other drive. So I saw that Mike passed, which was so awesome. I'm so proud of him that he did that. Daniela, I totally understand that getting up to like 70, I feel like I'm going crazy fast, especially because you speed up in such a short time, and that car is so fast and responsive. So I feel her pain. I totally get it. There's a very funny video on the Canada's Worst Driver Facebook page of Daniela and Chantel. Daniela gets another piece of the Mustang, actually another 2 pieces of the Mustang, which is it's a really funny and cute video, and you should definitely go and watch it. And it made me just miss them so much, because they're both so wonderful. And then, of course, there was judging. So if you've seen the video, or the episode, pardon me, you know what I'm talking about. But I was like, wow, because I did not know that someone swore at the judges. That was pretty interesting, and I definitely don't think that they deserve it, because You know, Tim and Philippe are amazing teachers. Shamla is really helpful. When I talked to her, they didn't show much of me talking to her, but my issue is being nervous, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to hit anyone or hurt anyone or damage anybody's property or kill someone with a car, and I know the responsibility of it. So she gave me she gave me an affirmation to say, which I do say every time I get in the car, which is, I am in control of the car. I have the tools to drive well. And it takes you a while to kind of believe it, but definitely gave me some really good tools, really good advice. So definitely doesn't need to be sworn at. You know, and Cam, of course, you know, he's there for the legal side, and he's great, and Andrew's great too. So I was surprised to see that. My favorite part, though, was when they had the montage of Crystal texting around corners. That made me laugh so hard. That was priceless. So definitely an episode worth watching. And I feel like this episode is, I definitely, when I did that challenge, the Swerve and Avoid, and I finally passed a challenge, I felt so much better about myself because I was feeling really down. So I'm really glad. I was like, oh, this episode, I finally passed something. So I was very happy about that. So let me know what you thought of the episode. Put in the comments below. And if you have any questions at all, please put in the comments below. And thank you to everybody for all your support, all the wonderful comments. People have been so supportive. People on the street even have been super supportive. So thank you so, so much. And like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.